Okay. What about an alcoholic that says I can quit anytime I want to, but they stay passed out or drunk and they just say I don't want to, you know?
You can quit anytime you want to if you have God supporting you in a support group.
Yeah.
And it's you have to want to quit. And so this is what we always say: if you're an alcoholic, you can't pick up a drink.
Right.
Period. If you're an addict, you can't really pick up a drink either. So you have to, you can't be a casual drinker because you're an alcoholic. It's going
Right.
to lead into more.
Right.
And so you have to let them understand that the biggest thing they have to know is when you come out and you're on drugs, you've got to start a whole new life. And your whole new life is new friends, new people you hang with, because the old people you hang with, they want you right back with them. And you know how Satan is. He wants you to stay on his side.
What about DTs, people going through that? I know a lot of times they have to go into the hospital and get weaned off this stuff. What about people like that?
Well, I was really honored last Friday. I went to a dinner in London for Beth's Blessings, and it was a true honor. And anyways, they are a full-on rehabilitation, Christ-centered rehabilitation.
Oh, thank God.
So we talked about that last night, and so now that we have that contact with them, we can send people over there, which they do scholarship programs, so forth. Celebrate Recovery is set up for those who have started in their recovery process and want to get clean. That's where the difference is. And with something like that, they would need, if they're going through detox and they're not fully ready, Celebrate Recovery is not the place for them. That is where the full rehab would be. We've had people come in. I can tell you one that comes off my head. February 3rd, we celebrated her year anniversary of being clean. She come in on February the 3rd and said, listen, man, I need to get straightened out. And the night before, she was high. She just celebrated her year anniversary February 3rd. She's got her children back in her life. She's a success story through our group.
What would you say to people right now if they're having a drug problem or they've been clean for a little while but that temptation's still there? How would you encourage them?
I would encourage them to get a hold of a Celebrate Recovery and find a support group and a family that'll support them. And that's the biggest thing is support. If you've got support and love of people that's pushing you the right way, you're going to do good.
Doesn't these addictions also work on your mentality, your mental state, thinking I can't make it a day without a drug or I can't make it a day without a drink? I have to have this, and your mind starts playing tricks on you.
They do that a lot. They believe that they have to have it. It's a have to have thing. And part of the recovery is you have to. Dave Kilpatrick, one of our small group leaders, he's got the best two sayings. Number one is the power of no. Number two is healthy boundaries. So you have to put healthy boundaries around you. And you have to understand you want to be better. You want to be clean. You don't want to live that life. I mean, that life leads into crime. It leads into you never have anything in life.
Exactly.
They trade everything they have for drugs. They end up going to prison for stealing or whatever they do.
And people don't realize there's some people out here with some real issues, some real trouble, real problems in their life. But that's not an excuse to turn to alcohol or to turn to drugs. Turn to a pastor, turn to a friend, turn to Celebrate Recovery and say, hey, I need support.
Well, I'm going to tell you, this is something I'm really proud about for Celebrate Recovery is the difference with Celebrate Recovery and churches is it doesn't matter what church you go to. You're always going to have those folks that look at these guys as maybe they shouldn't be here. And it's just, that's life. It's hypocritical in everything you do. Celebrate Recovery, when you walk in them doors, ain't nobody going to judge you. They've been where you've been. Somebody's been there. And they will love on you and show you the love you've never had before. And it's not being judgmental. It's just being open that we're all human. We all make mistakes.
Right.
We had a pastor come through one day, or actually wasn't a pastor, he was a speaker, and he talked about traditions. And he was a retired state police, and he said that they went to arrest a guy one time and said the guy fought him, and they had to beat him half to death to get him to jail. And the guy said, listen, man, it was no offense to you guys, but that's family tradition. We're not going to jail without a beating. And he said, well, my family always cooked turkey on Christmas, and now we cook ham, so it's a tradition we changed.
Right.
So you can change traditions if you want. You can change things if you want.
And a lot of people don't realize this. They can relate to each other because I'm sure that they think inside nobody knows what I've gone through or what I've been through, but there's somebody sitting over across, from them that's been through the same thing.
Let me tell you, this is one of the neatest things, and I've seen it several times. I don't go to small group. We tidy up, do everything else, me and Bucky, and several times we've been out there, and the guys have come out wiping their eyes. Now, here's big, bad dudes that have been beat people up for drugs and survived, and they come out with tears in their eyes where these guys have opened up together in that small group and have broke down. And I've seen more barriers broken at small group. It's amazing when I've sat in there. It's amazing the things that some of these guys talk about.